Good afternoon, and welcome to the first award showcase of the 32nd Annual Great Minds in STEM Conference. My name is Jeff Rivas, and this is my co-host, the beautiful and talented Elia Saldana, and we will be with you all week to celebrate this year's outstanding class of award winners.
We want to send a special welcome to the thousands of students and professionals registered for this historic first ever virtual conference, as well as the many colleagues and family members of today's award winners tuning in to see them honored.
The theme for this year's conference is Every Challenge, Every Frontier. When this theme was chosen, it was meant as a tribute to our award winners who have overcome obstacles during their pursuit of advances in science and technology.
2020, however, has had other ideas. As all of us have experienced to one degree or another, the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic has presented challenges like few of us have ever endured. Long-festering issues like racial injustice have also resurfaced this year, forcing us to examine some of our basic beliefs and straining our most fundamental institutions.
And so, the theme now is not only a rallying cry to tackle the once-in-a-generation obstacles 2020 has laid before us, but a reminder that we, as a country, have overcome every challenge we've ever faced. And we've done so by pursuing every frontier we've set our sights on.
And nowhere is this more true than in our pursuit of the frontiers of science, technology, engineering, and math. And I think we need to add medicine to this list, given how important the health sciences have become to our daily lives.
In fact, in 2017, Great Minds in STEM partnered with the National Hispanic Medical Association to provide mentoring to future healthcare professionals. So they've been ahead of the curve.
The United States has actually been a world leader in the STEM fields for the last 100 years. Over the last 32 years, Great Minds in STEM has honored world-class engineers and scientists from diverse backgrounds who have contributed to this proud legacy.
In a normal year, we'd be in a hotel ballroom or a convention center presenting these outstanding role models with their awards, and they'd get to hear the praise and applause that they deserve. But given all the travel and social distancing restrictions still in effect, the 2020 GMiS conference is being held virtually this year, and these award events are virtual as well.
That's right. Instead of 2 or 3 live events like you've been accustomed to at this conference, we'll be delivering 5 virtual awards showcases, one each day of the conference week. Beginning today with our celebration of diversity as we honor the class of Great Minds and STEM luminaries for 2020.
Diversity and inclusion are strong anchors to the mission of Great Minds in STEM, and they are fundamental pillars of the many sponsors of this conference. But even more than that, diversity and inclusion have always been values that truly make America great. This year's class of honorees will make that point abundantly clear.
Before we meet our 2020 GMiS luminaries, we have a short message from the chairman of the Great Minds in STEM Board of Directors, Dr. Juan Rivera.
Welcome, friends, to our 32nd annual conference and the first virtual Great Minds in STEM conference. Thank you to our partners, our sponsors from corporate America, from the United States government, and from academia for your support and your patience as we developed this new format. Thank you to the Disney Company for helping us clear the path for a virtual conference, and we look forward to returning to the Coronado Springs Resort in 2023. Admittedly, I wish I could be with you in person, but this new format may provide opportunities for even more people to participate and add to the richness of the event. Despite the global pandemic, we've still managed to identify world-class professionals who happen to be Hispanic. Hopefully, you're going to meet the next generation of STEM professionals, the students who have worked so hard to get their degree and they're now ready to apply their knowledge. Congratulations to all who have or are about to graduate and begin your professional career. Look to our award winners to strip away any doubt that your career dreams are achievable through hard work, passion, and perseverance. And then imagine yourself on stage and accepting one of these prestigious awards. The awards showcase like the conference as a whole, is a celebration of diversity for those who are at the starting line of their career, as well as you who are passing the torch with your wisdom. You all inspire me with your achievements and your persistence. You're the best role models for raising the human spirit. The conference is also one of the last segments in the STEM pipeline. The pipeline door opens to all with wonder, curiosity, and innocence. As we grow and experience discouragement, that pipeline narrows, and some are not able to progress. For underserved communities, there are so many factors which narrow the pipeline even more. Children who attend minority elementary school tend to be less prepared for high school math. They will lack the foundation to qualify for advanced placement exams in high school, which are critical for selecting a STEM major. In college, 40% of Hispanic and Black students majoring in a STEM field switch majors, or they withdraw from college entirely. The STEM pipeline produces but a trickle compared to its beginnings. Our GMIS students have overcome so many obstacles, and yet they still retain the wonder and curiosity that all STEM professionals share. I see them as the best of the best, and I hope that our sponsors here see them as future CTOs, COOs, and CEOs. At Great Minds in STEM, we're developing new programs to try and address the constricted pipeline. We're working on remote learning curriculum that inspires and motivates K-12 students to master their math and science. We have an autonomous airborne vehicle design challenge for college students who want to test their skills in an obstacle course while under cyber attack. And recently, we launched our one-month MentorNet program to provide mentoring by STEM professionals for college students. We ask for your help so that more students from underserved communities can benefit from programs like these so that they can reach their fullest potential as they enter the STEM pipeline. Thank you, everybody, and enjoy the show.
Dr. Rivera recently retired from an illustrious career in the aerospace systems sector at Northrop Grumman, where he served as a technology director in the company's space systems division.
He is also a past honoree at this conference, winning the HENAC Award for Professional Achievement in 2003.
We're going to meet the other members of the GMIS Board of Directors throughout the week. But for now, how about we meet our first group of luminary honorees?
Let's do it.
Okay. Luminaries have all undergone the rigorous GMIS peer-reviewed selection process, and they were selected for this distinction because they stood out as exceptional technical professionals with a high commitment to STEM and the community.
All luminaries have been selected on the basis of their accomplishments that clearly contribute to their respective organization's technical prowess.
So, without further ado, let's meet our first group of GMIS luminaries for 2020.
Isabel Aziz, North America Commercial Director, Industrial Solutions, Dow Inc. Isabel Aziz is the North America Commercial Director for Industrial Solutions, a business unit within the Industrial Intermediates and Infrastructure operating segment of Dow Inc., a company that she has almost exclusively worked with since 1997. She is currently responsible for 5 direct reports and a staff of over 50 additional employees in a role that includes business strategy, development, and growth, as well as leadership, human resources development, and customer relationships. Her agility, intellect, and ability to engage others continues to deliver strong business results. This Brazilian-born leader received her executive MBA from the University of Pittsburgh and has multiple professional certifications. Ms. Aziz also currently serves as a co-chair for Dow's Hispanic and Latin Network and co-chair for Dow's 2020 United Way campaign in the Great Lakes Bay region of Michigan.
Yadira Cano Camacho, Lead Process Engineer, Tissue Manufacturing, Kimberly-Clark Corporation. As Lead Process Engineer in the Tissue Manufacturing Division of Kimberly-Clark, Yadira Cano Camacho has consistently delivered solid technical solutions in support of the company's operations. projects she has led and supported as part of the Asset Optimization Engineering team have brought more than $1.2 million in fiber savings and a significant rate of operational improvements in Kimberly-Clark's manufacturing and converting products system. Within just 2 months of her arriving at the Jenks plant, Ms. Cano developed and ran multiple trials to increase speed past current design capabilities and provided data to help determine if the cost of the capital project would be offset by expected improved throughput. With the COVID-19 pandemic creating an unprecedented demand for paper and tissue products, this Iowa State's graduates' contributions have been critical to ensuring continued availability of Kimberly-Clark's products to consumers.
Estela Hernandez Gillette, EDD, Consultant, Logical Innovations, Inc. Perhaps the most remarkable thing about Dr. Estela Hernandez Gillette's illustrious 41-year civil service career at the NASA Johnson Space Center is the distance between where she started and what she eventually accomplished during her lifelong commitment to STEM. As an employee of the space agency since the days of the historic Gemini program that predates America's first moon launch, Dr. Gillette began as a clerk stenographer shortly after she became a naturalized American citizen. Dr. Gillette would go on to earn an MBA, a Master's in Human Resource Management, and, at the age of 67, a doctorate in education from George Washington University. Dr. Gillette now teaches as an adjunct professor at the University of Houston and consults with the Hispanic woman-owned Logical Innovations. But she remains connected to NASA through her role as Vice President of the NASA Alumni League, JSC Chapter.
Arturo Gutierrez, PhD, Material Scientist, Chemical Sciences and Engineering Division, Argonne National Laboratory. Dr. Arturo Gutierrez knows that he's beaten the odds on his path to a successful career as a materials scientist in the Chemical Sciences and Engineering Division of Argonne National Laboratory. Raised by his parental grandmother after he lost his father to senseless violence, Dr. Gutierrez enlisted in the U.S. Army and pursued higher education after mentors encouraged him to further his studies relating to the equipment operated in the service. Soon, armed with a BA from Boise State University and a PhD from the University of Texas, Dr. Gutierrez joined Argonne National Laboratory as a staff scientist, where he's now making innovative contributions to electrochemical energy storage and advanced lithium-ion battery technology. Dr. Gutierrez continues to honor his roots as a working-class Hispanic kid at heart, with what he thought were limited prospects through his work as a troop leader with the Boy Scouts of America and other volunteer activities.
Elizabeth Gutierrez, Senior Principal Engineer Quality Level 4, Engineering and Manufacturing Space Systems, Northrop Grumman Corporation. Elizabeth Gutierrez is a successful and highly respected Senior Principal Quality Engineer in the Engineering and Manufacturing section of the Space Systems Division at the Northrop Grumman Corporation. Ms. Gutierrez has 14 years working in the aerospace and defense industry in positions ranging from business management to mission assurance to manufacturing engineering. She credits her success to the values of hard work and perseverance that she learned from her Mexican immigrant parents. Ms. Gutierrez is highly active with Adelante, Northrop Grumman's Hispanic Employee Resource Group, where she has been responsible for the recruitment of engineers to lead STEM workshops for local high school students. With a challenging engineering role at Northrop Grumman that requires her to work with organizations like NASA, DCMA, and the Air Force, Ms. Gutierrez still finds time to give back to her community while raising her 3 young children along with her college sweetheart husband.
Yamila H. Harris, Vice President, Service Delivery, Atos. Yamila H. Harris is a dynamic global IT executive and public speaker with over 25 years of leadership experience across multiple information, technology, and business disciplines. Ms. Harris is a strong Cuban-American leader who has developed diverse teams, successfully driven change, and led global organizations and digital transformation in multiple Fortune 100 companies. She is also a noted technology evangelist and a passionate advocate for women and Hispanics in IT. With a passion for developing a culture of innovation and cultivating and empowering diverse teams, Ms. Harris's leadership, innovation, and strong customer focus have earned her numerous accolades throughout the course of her career, as her multiple high-tech 100 awards so aptly demonstrate. She credits her familia for her core values of tenacity and a high diligent work ethic, and also for fueling her passion to give back to the community.
What an outstanding group of luminaries to kick off the awards for this conference. Each luminary has prepared an extended virtual thank you video that we invite you to view at gmisconference.org. We've got much more to come in just a moment.
This event and this whole conference are only possible because of the enormous support of Great Minds in STEM's sponsors, and we'd like to take a moment to acknowledge them here.
We have two host sponsors this year, and they are the Lockheed Martin Corporation and Shell Oil Company.
And our academic hosts for 2020 are the University of Central Florida, Florida International University, and CASI, the Computing Alliance of Hispanic Serving Institutions.
CASI is a National Science Foundation Includes Alliance, and they're once again holding their annual summit and hackathon at the GMiS conference.
Okay, let's get back to the awards, shall we? Here is our next group of great minds in STEM luminaries.
Maria Harton-Swart, Director of Contracts, Lockheed Martin Space, Lockheed Martin Corporation. As Director of Contracts for the Strategic and Missile Defense business of Lockheed Martin Space, Maria Harton-Swart is responsible for contracting valued at over $15 billion. She also manages over 48 employees across 5 U.S. offices. She is described by her colleagues as an exceptional leader who guides senior staff on complex business decisions, works closely with key company customers, and develops staff across the team. Ms. Harton-Swart began her 6-year career with Lockheed Martin as a subcontract administrator and has expanded into roles with increasing responsibilities in engineering, global supply chain, and program management. While with Lockheed Martin's military space business, she was responsible for the oversight and direction of contracts with the U.S. Air Force for multiple space vehicles for various DoD programs. Maria is an executive sponsor for the Space Hispanic Organization for Leadership Awareness and the Space Lead for the Corporate Hispanic Leadership Council.
Leonardo C. Lopez, PhD, R&D Fellow, Down Polyurethanes, Down Inc. It takes considerable expertise to become a fellow, the highest designation for technical contributors at Dow, as Dr. Leonardo C. Lopez has done in the Polyurethanes Research, Development, and Technical Service Organization. His high level of scientific thought processes and track record for innovation combined with his passion for mentoring have earned this Uruguayan-born scientist the prestigious fellow distinction. Dr. Lopez has been instrumental in securing government grants for product development and leading teams of engineers and material scientists in collaborations with leading companies to demonstrate long-term reliability performance. He's been a standout in chemistries ranging from epoxies and polyurethanes to self-assembling nanomaterials. Dr. Lopez has 61 patent filings and 25 peer-reviewed publications, and he's built a reputation throughout his career building high-performance teams and creating diverse and inclusive organizational cultures in Latin America, Asia, Europe, and North America, affirming his commitment to a culture of open innovation.
Luis A. Marquez, Senior Principal Electrical Engineer, Raytheon Intelligence and Space, Raytheon Technologies. Luis A. Marquez is a Senior Principal Electrical Engineer working in Raytheon Intelligence and Space's Hardware Engineering Center, where he supports the Active Electronically Scanned Array product line. These high-performance active antenna arrays are an area for which he is a nationally recognized subject matter expert with 24 years' experience advancing the state-of-the-art. Mr. Marquez has extensive capabilities in designing agile, multifunction, high-power antennas for maritime, ground, airborne, and space-based applications. This Puerto Rican-born engineer earned both his BS and his MS degrees in electrical engineering from Georgia Tech. He joined a predecessor company of Raytheon Technologies immediately after receiving his master's degree. Mr. Marquez remains at the consolidated company today, where he continues to lead hardware development teams while making time for mentoring younger engineers and sharing his knowledge with publications and presentations in various company symposiums.
Maricel Marquez, PhD, Senior Reservoir Engineer, Gulf of Mexico Business Unit, Chevron North America Exploration Production Company, Chevron. By any measure of professional achievement in the energy industry, Dr. Maricel Marquez is a standout. As a senior reservoir engineer for Chevron's Gulf of Mexico business unit, Dr. Marquez has been leading technical initiatives that have saved her company hundreds of millions of dollars. During her 13 years in the oil and gas industry, this Venezuelan native has held roles in research and development, reservoir engineering, and completions and production operations. A prolific author and patent holder, Dr. Marquez has traveled the world sharing her expertise as a distinguished lecturer for the Society of Petroleum Engineers. She is also a co-founder of Chevron's Chemical Enhanced Oil Recovery Network. With advanced degrees in chemical engineering from the University of Oklahoma, an MBA from the University of Houston, and multiple professional accolades, Dr. Marquez is passionate about STEM and has been a strong supporter of STEM initiatives with Chevron and the Society of Women in Engineering.
Oscar A. Martinez, PhD, Package Testing Program Manager, Test Director, and Mechanical Engineer, Used Fuel Systems Group, Oak Ridge National Laboratory. Dr. Martinez is a mechanical and aerospace engineer with subject matter expertise in thermomechanical engineering analysis in the Used Fuel Systems Group. In his current role at Oak Ridge National Laboratory, he's the Program Manager for Package Testing Program. Oak Ridge has been the premier laboratory for testing the transportation of radioactive material since 1955, and Dr. Martinez has continued and improved the reputation of the testing program since his arrival in 2011. His primary research interests are in solid mechanics, structural analysis, mechanical testing of hazardous material shipping containers, and transportation of radioactive material shipping containers. Dr. Martinez arrived in the United States as a refugee from Nicaragua when he was 5 years old. He's gone on to earn BS, MS, and PhD degrees in aerospace engineering from the University of Florida. He credits the STEM fields for providing the opportunities to success that his parents brought him here to achieve. Juan Moreno Góngora, Software Development Manager, IT Chief Architect, International Space Station Cargo Mission Contract Team, Leidos. Juan Moreno Góngora is responsible for managing and leading the Leidos International Space Station Cargo Mission Contract Software Development and Engineering Team and overseeing all their related activities. He also oversees all IT Service Center activities, supporting his team while simultaneously providing support to other NASA programs, initiatives, and contracts as required. Additionally, Mr. Moreno Góngora serves as the chief architect for tools and processes critical to the development and implementation of software for International Space Station cargo resupply missions. With more than 20 years of experience in the aerospace industry, Mr. Moreno Góngora emigrated to the United States with his family in 1988. He worked 2 jobs while also working to earn his BS and MS degrees in computer information systems at the University of Houston at Clear Lake. He is a tireless mentor for technical talent among minority communities and is an active member of the Leidos Hispanic Resource Group.
Wow. Is it me? Or are these honorees getting more and more impressive?
Yes, and we still have 1 group to go, not to mention 4 more days of awards showcases.
Great Minds in STEM has celebrated and honored diversity and inclusion since the very first conference in 1989. And over the years, this event has provided a platform to highlight organizations and individuals who have championed diversity in any number of ways.
One of those champions was a man by the name of Santiago Rodriguez, a pioneer credited with instilling D&I values into the corporate cultures of some of the world's most influential companies across Silicon Valley.
Former Microsoft CEO Steve Ballmer said after Santiago's sudden passing in the year 2000, quote, Santiago Rodriguez had an ability to open people's eyes about the uniqueness of each individual and the importance of creating a truly diverse multicultural workspace.
GMiS honors Santiago every year at this conference with an award named in his memory. It's given to an individual who exemplifies his efforts to articulate the imperative of diversity in both hiring and advancement in order to build truly inclusive cultures at their workplaces.
We'll meet the recipient of this year's Santiago Rodriguez Diversity and Inclusion Award during Friday's showcase. But for now, let's meet our final group of luminaries for this year. Camilo Muriel, Senior Development Planner, Gato do Mato Project, Shell Deepwater Brazil Shell Oil Company. As Senior Development Planner for Shell Oil's Brazil Gato do Mato Project, Camilo Muriel is a member of the project leadership team. He also works closely with the development and business opportunity managers. His roles require a broad understanding of both subsurface and engineering challenges, strong networking and interpersonal skills, and the ability to deal with data ambiguity and multiple, often conflicting customer priorities. Prior to his current role, he was a reservoir engineer supporting Shell's deepwater assets in the Gulf of Mexico, which produced roughly 100,000 barrels of oil a day. Born in Colombia, Mr. Muriel moved with his family to the U.S. when he was 17 and earned a BS and master's degree from the University of Houston. In addition to his engineering duties, Mr. Muriel is president of Shell, his company's LGBT employee resource group, and he's initiated awareness efforts in the community in Shell's New Orleans office. Angela Rivas, cyber assurance architect, Sandia National Laboratories. As a cyber assurance architect at Sandia National Laboratories, Angela Rivas is the functional lead for cyber software security awareness and training. In this role, she has found new and innovative ways to inform best practices for integrating security earlier in the software development lifecycle. In previous roles at Sandia, Ms. Rivas helped to develop strategies for software security, cybersecurity, and web development. She also managed a multi-million-dollar portfolio of web development projects while leveraging her knowledge of web-based technologies and communication skills to develop and implement roadmaps for her team. Growing up in Albuquerque's impoverished South Valley, Ms. Rivas was forced to abandon her ambitious pursuit of a triple major degree at New Mexico Tech to support her family after her grandmother's passing. She then demonstrated incredible determination as she juggled a full-time administrative job at Sandia with part-time classes to earn her BS in Technical Communications from Arizona State University in 2016.
Jose Zabo, Engineering Program Manager, Specialized Warfighter Development Contract Division, Northrop Grumman Corporation. In his role as Engineering Program Manager for the Modeling and Simulation Software Task Order at Northrop Grumman's Specialized Warfighter Development Contract Division, Jose Zabo is crucial to the success of an organization of more than 200 technical personnel developing 4 software product lines. Mr. Zabo actually performs 3 related but separate functions in his current position at the company's Colorado Springs Advanced Missile Defense Facilities. Born in Quito to an Ecuadorian mother and a Hungarian political refugee father, Mr. Zabo was primarily raised by his grandmother until he was 10, before moving to New York City where his parents had emigrated. A BS in computer science from Fordham University, earned through the help of an ROTC scholarship, earned him an officer commission in the U.S. Army and gave Mr. Zabo experience in the logistical support of warfighters, insight that he employs to this day at Northrop Grumman. Faraón Torres Lazos, Electrical Standards Engineer, Commercial Airplanes, The Boeing Company. With both bachelor's and master's degrees in electrical engineering from the University of Texas Pan American, now UT Rio Grande Valley, Faraón Torres Lazos has leveraged his talents as a brilliant electronic and electrical engineer into extraordinary technical success in a relatively short time at Boeing Commercial Airplanes. Mr. Torres Lazos has co-invented systems and methods for composite parts that resulted in 32 patent applications with 26 U.S. patents already granted. During his time with Boeing, he has been directly responsible for generating and managing projects valued at $55 million. As a company expert in composite connector technology, electrical bonding and grounding, and with experience in laser processing, Mr. Torres Lazos' research has appeared in a number of scientific publications. The recipient of many awards and an active mentor through Great Minds in STEM's MentorNet, he was honored with the Boeing Bold Ingenuity Award for inspired vision and creativity in recognition of his outstanding contribution to product development.
Thomas I. Valdez, PhD, Chemical Engineering Department Manager, Teledyne Energy Systems. Growing up in East Los Angeles, Dr. Thomas I. Valdez was a student of legendary high school educator and former HENAC Award winner Jaime Escalante. He holds advanced degrees from the University of California, Irvine, UCLA, and the University of Loyola, Maryland. Dr. Valdez has been involved in the development of game-changing technologies from the inception of his career. His work in direct methanol fuel cell technology led to multiple patents and professional publications. His first project at Teledyne was the development of a radioisotope thermoelectric generator that continues to power the Mars Curiosity rover on the Red Planet. He's also been crucial in the development of a fuel cell system for NASA's planned initiative for lunar human habitation. Today, Dr. Valdez leads Teledyne Energy Systems Chemical Engineering Group in the development of fuel cells and electrolyzers. He's made significant contributions to untethered subsea power sources that will enable the electrification of deep water oil and gas fields. Congratulations again to our class of 2020 GMiS luminaries. If the rest of our honorees are this impressive, then I think we're in for an exciting week.
We want to remind everyone that this event will be available on the GMiS YouTube channel and the conference website starting tomorrow. And you'll be able to replay it at your convenience, share it with your loved ones, colleagues, and employee resource groups, or post it to social media.
I also want to invite everyone to visit gmisconference.org to view the personal thank you videos our 2020 honorees have sent in. And don't forget to attend the virtual opening reception at 3 p.m. Pacific Time, which registered conference guests can access through the conference portal.
Lastly, we want to give one last thank you to this year's sponsors, as well as all the registered attendees of the 2020 Virtual GMiS Conference.
Thank you all again, and thank you, Elia. You'll see us again tomorrow at 12 p.m. Pacific Time for Passing the Baton, a celebration of our first group of HENAC Award winners.
Have a great conference week, everyone.